Hello, and welcome to another episode of Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
This week, we talk about Toy Story Land getting a new restaurant.
More details come out about Chapek and Iger.
And we share ideas for a Christmas land at Disneyland. Let's dive in. All right, and we're back with episode number 62. And can't wait to dive in. We've got a lot to talk about and had a fun week with all the Christmas things going on. And just kind of getting ready for the big day.
We've been wrapping gifts, putting them under the tree. We've been making gingerbread cookies from scratch.
Hold on. We need to be specific with the under the tree thing.
What?
In this house, the gifts to each other do not go under the tree until the morning or the night before.
Yes.
The trees that are going under there now are for family members and for like gift exchanges.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't put them under there to let them simmer.
No.
Because people can start guessing what that looks like and what that is.
Yeah, I can tell.
So we surprise.
Yes.
I go out there in the middle of the night, put them in there, and then you see the next morning.
Yeah, it's so magical. I love it. But yeah, we've been wrapping all of the family's gifts and for the white elephant gift exchanges that we do.
Yeah, it's a lot of prep. It really is.
It is.
And I can see why. As a kid, I didn't really understand, right? It's the most magical time of year. You know, you make a list for Santa. You're be on your best behavior. That's all you get to do as a kid. All you have to do as a kid.
Right.
You're out of school for 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Winter break? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're out for 2 weeks. You're living the life, right? Playing video games, messing with your siblings. Your poor parents are still at work, paying for, paying for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allude to anything else.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money that goes out this time of year. It's stressful.
Yeah.
So now I totally get it. I get why adults were stressed.
Yeah, but this is why we decided to bake gingerbread cookies. We thought
we did, yeah,
from scratch, which is awesome because, again, for those who don't know, Caleb has a gluten allergy, so we can't just go to the store and buy like the prepackaged
stuff.
mix.
Yeah.
So we made them for the first time, and they were really good.
They were good. I was pleasantly surprised. You know how new recipes work. Like you'll try it a couple times and they don't turn out well. This was the first time I've done something myself, mind you. Caitlin was making dinner and I was making the gingerbread cookies.
Great.
And I think I did okay.
I did
okay.
Amazing. They were delicious.
The icing was a little runny. I can improve in that area.
No, as long as the icing's on the cookie, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know?
We had to let them dry off because it was really runny. But no, the cookies actually ended up being pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I was pleasantly surprised with our culinary adventure.
Yes. And we also finished Andor.
Yes, we did.
So good.
Very good. We were very late to watching this series. I know a lot of you probably already saw it and you're like, duh, this was amazing. You're late, dude. And I know we are.
Yeah.
But we were watching other TV. There's a lot out there right now. And so we were catching up on other shows and we finally got around to watching this and we pretty much binged it in a few days.
It was, I truly love that it wasn't very hit you with Star Wars. Like it was a drama.
It was like a thriller that happened to take place in the Star Wars universe and not the other way around. Like a Star Wars show that has to be a thriller. I don't know.
It was amazing.
Good. Really, really good. So I cannot wait. I'm assuming there's a season 2 coming out.
I hope.
So it was a very good show, but that was really good. Okay. So before we dive into the news, we have the usual spiels to help out this grand show of ours. Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And Spotify, both, if you have the time.
Speaking of Spotify, we had some reviews over there.
Yeah, the ratings, right? Yeah, so it's a rating system over on Spotify, review plus rating system over on Apple Podcasts. So we've got some over there. Thank you to those who left those 5 stars.
Yeah.
A huge help. Is it 5 stars? Is that a 5?
Yeah, it's 5 stars. So we have 5 stars. We have 10 ratings over there, which is awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can do that, if you haven't already, please go and do that. That's a huge help to the show. And also you can support us by using our Undercover Tourist link, which you can find in our episode details. So if you're planning a trip to the parks and you want to buy your tickets, you can also save a few bucks using that link. So go ahead and click that. You can book a hotel room through there. You can book ski lift tickets. You can book tons of stuff.
So awesome.
So click on that, save yourself some money, and it's another way of supporting the show. Finally, one more item of housekeeping. Mm-hmm. And this one's fun. You guys will care about this.
Exciting announcement.
Yes, we've got a end of year giveaway. Mm-hmm. Kind of a Christmas themed giveaway. I don't know how it's Christmas themed. I just said that. It just happens to take place around Christmas. But this is a little gift from us to you, to the lucky winner. but we're going to be giving away Apple AirPods.
We are, and we're so excited. Again, we're so appreciative for all of you listeners and friends that we have on Instagram. So we thought we would give back in a little way, and what better way to give back than to help listen to our show with the AirPods?
Throw those wired headphones away and slap these in your ear. Listen to us and all your favorite tunes and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to be giving these away over on Instagram. So the post should be up Monday morning. So this episode comes up Monday. You should go to Instagram at Market House Podcast. Caitlin will have all the details there on how to enter, how to get extra entries into the giveaway, and it'll run for about a week, and we'll announce the winner about 7 days from Monday.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
I'm so excited. So good luck to everybody. Again, share it with your friends, and I can't wait to see who wins. I'm super excited.
Same here. Yeah. All right, let's get in the news.
All right, first up, we have some very exciting news over at Disney World. It looks like Hollywood Studios is getting a new barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, so they're finally getting that new restaurant in Toy Story Land. Mm-hmm. It's coming spring 2023, and it's called Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Yum.
Right?
Yeah.
So it looks fun. We're looking at pictures on the Disney Parks blog, and looks like it's just it's very Toy Story themed. So a bunch of random toys laying around, the monkeys, you got Rex and Buzz, the aliens, exactly what you'd think. It fits perfectly in that land.
Yeah, it looks like it's themed almost very similarly to Slinky Dog.
You're right. Yeah,
like with the queue.
Yeah,
it looks awesome. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Roundup Rodeo, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that it's much needed. We went to the one counter service restaurant that's there. Do you know what it's called? Woody's Lunchbox. Mm-hmm. It was good, except we went in springtime, and even springtime's very warm in Disney World. And we waited a long time for that food.
We were melting
outside, it's just constantly
too.
Packed. Yeah, so we waited a long time. I think it's going to do well having a new restaurant available.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see it. Can't wait.
Looks great. All right, and our final news story, it happens to be about the crazy shakeup over at Disney. Again, we've already talked about it. We actually dedicated a whole bonus episode to the Chapek out, Iger back in fiasco. But a recent Wall Street Journal article really kind of got some juicy deets.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
It was crazy. So this dropped, I think, on Friday, and there's a lot of details in here. So I kind of just took some excerpts from this article, and I'm going to read some to you guys and just kind of give you some more background as to what happened. And a lot more details are coming out, so we can kind of give some context as to what happened and why. And it's all very interesting. So... so Chapek, the general consensus on him was they were very concerned. The board and the executive team were like, I'm not entirely sure how this guy's going to handle running Disney.
Right.
Overall, started to question his leadership. So happened after all that craziness over in Florida about the legislation and stuff, and just kind of the nasty political stuff, and that's never good, right? It got messy, and so right after how he handled that mess. Is they started kind of questioning his judgment. One option they considered was replacing Mr. Chapek with a board member, Mark Parker, who was a former longtime head of Nike, as an interim CEO while the board hunted for a successor. So that was on the table at one point, which is crazy to me. And that was months into his leadership. So they were already questioning this guy within months. By October, relations between Miss McCarthy and if you need some background, this is the CFO. She's the one that actually called Iger and said, hey, do you want to come back and stuff? So she's the one that led this whole coup kind of internally.
Yeah.
And so Miss McCarthy and Mr. Chapek were so afraid that he didn't include her in a board meeting. He also told executives that she had lost focus, distracted by her husband's ailing health, kind of a low blow, and had become unstable. Comments repeated to some Disney directors. Miss McCarthy learned about it from colleagues, so she didn't even hear directly from him. Really dirty.
That's not okay.
Messed up. And this is all after Chapek accused McCarthy of surprising him with poor financial numbers during a meeting. He said it was an attempt to make him look bad.
Yeah, so it looks like there's some major back and forth between those two.
Major back and forth. So again, it wasn't just I questioned her judgment and said, let's just whatever. This is months of disagreements. As the environment inside Disney's C-suite worsened, more executives voiced concern and phone calls to Mr. Iger.
Oh, wow.
Some worried Alan Bergman, the studio chief, and Josh D'Amaro, head of the parks division, might quit. So there were some rumors that they were leaving the company, and so they were sharing their grievances with Iger. Mind you, he's out of the company. He's at home enjoying retirement, and people are calling him asking for advice, which is not out of the ordinary.
Right.
But it is pretty crazy that he was kind of in this for months.
Gosh.
Right?
And Chapek had no idea, of course, this was going on.
No, I don't think you'd let your your current boss know. I'm calling the former guy asking for advice.
Especially Iger out of everybody.
Right? Here's another little thing here. After the historic drop in Disney share price on November 16th, Miss McCarthy took matters into her own hands. Without having confronted her boss or seeking board approval, she called Mr. Iger to gauge his interest in returning as CEO.
Okay, this is crazy.
Right?
Because again, for those who don't know, you need approval. You cannot just go independently and make those kinds of calls.
Yeah, even if you're not comfortable with your boss, right, which would be Bob Chapek.
Right.
You at least go to the top person, right, chairman of the board, which is Susan Arnold currently,
Yes.
and you go, hey, so clearly things aren't going well with my current whatever. Direct report, my boss,
Right.
the CEO. And so you're the last, whatever. So I just want to let you know or not even let you know, can I?
Yes.
It's not really an informing.
No.
It's a question. So this is crazy. She went out on a limb and did this. She caught Mr. Iger at a low point. He had been telling friends he was more concerned over the direction of the company than ever. So he had been pretty public about this within the inner circles of Disney, voicing his concern. On Sunday, November 20th, Miss Arnold called to tell Mr. Chapek his services were no longer needed. This is crazy. The news broke as a group of Disney executives gathered at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles for Elton John's final U.S. concert, which was being streamed live on Disney+. We watched that.
Right.
Mr. Chapek, a big fan of the singer-songwriter, had planned to attend. He never made it.
Obviously, because of the news.
Yeah, I'm assuming like, hey, you're laid off. Can I still come to the concert, please? So yeah, this is, again, just some little details here back and forth. I say all that to say, it sounds like Iger had been more closely involved than we originally thought with the company still, with the C-suite, and probably trying to steer them in the right direction. There were some reports that Iger, before he left, when he was still executive chairman, but Chapek was still CEO during the pandemic, that he was holding meetings without Chapek in the room, which is a big no-no.
Yeah.
Again, I guess Iger, you do what you want to do, but I think he felt slighted, which I understand. And so that relationship kind of fell apart before it could begin. So it's pretty crazy. I wanted to bring kind of this back to the table and talk about it because I just think,
It's kind of crazy to think this whole time that Chapek's been, I almost said in office.
Elected official?
Yes. As CEO, the common theme is that no one's a fan of him, obviously. No. And this whole time, it's like to realize that Iger was in the background, basically filing all the complaints and hearing what's going on and probably regretting leaving.
Sure.
It's just interesting how it all unfolded.
And people question, like, why then did you pick Chapek? You didn't really like the guy, it seems like.
Right.
And it looks like, again, this is all wherever. We don't know for sure. But it's probably stems back to Iger repeatedly extending his contract.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of, everyone kind of knows internally, like, this is probably the number 2 guy. He's going to take over eventually. That was Tom Staggs, Kevin Mayer. Both those guys left because they were very impatient about the CEO, right? When you're CEO material and you want that job, and you have to understand these guys are driven people. That's why they've made it to where they are. And so they want to get going. And so when that opportunity keeps slipping away because the current guy won't leave, you will leave. And so I guess the bench for potential CEO candidates shrunk down to pretty much a couple people, and Chapek was the lesser of 2 evils, is what people are reporting. So I don't know. Do they go back to there's a rumor going around because Staggs and Mayer founded I think they have a studio now in Hollywood. And there's a rumor that they might reach out to them and see if they want to come back and do a co-CEO deal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
There's also rumors that eventually Josh is going to get it.
I don't think Josh is getting it.
Which, really quick, I think we've talked about this. We met Josh.
We met Mr. Josh tomorrow.
We technically had lunch with him and his whole family. We were
a table beside him.
We were literally like half a foot away. Well, not half a foot, like a foot away from him.
We waited till he was done eating.
Yeah.
And it was his last week there as Disneyland president.
Right.
And he was going off to Disney World to take that over, and then shortly after took over the chairman of the whole park division. But anyways, we were there and just, we connected, and we waited till he was done eating. His family was super pleasant, just said, hey, just wanted to say hello, thank you. And he's like, do you want to take a picture? And
yeah, we met his parents, his wife. Like, we were just talking.
I'm like, where are the kids at? Let's hang out.
This is awesome.
No, it was a good time. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But that is a little bit more of the CEO drama. All right, welcome to another edition of Shop the Mouse with
Market House.
All right. If you haven't noticed, we skipped trivia this week because we weren't feeling the trivia.
No, we have other exciting things.
Yeah. Let's move on, man.
Like, what can we find on Shop Disney?
Right? We just, weren't feeling trivia this week, and we just said, you know what? Let's skip it this week. So we have some great items this week, don't we?
Yes. Very
I feel
exciting.
like you're like Vanna White. I'm like, come on, show us what we got.
Here it is.
What do we got this week?
Yes, we do. So, for those who don't know, the Disney company will be celebrating their 100th anniversary this coming January.
Yes.
So, they just released some merch, and I wanted to highlight something that I thought was absolutely adorable. First up is the Mickey Mouse and Friends Spirit Jersey. And this thing is so cute.
It's awesome.
It's like has like shades of pink and blue and purple, and it has like sparkles on it, and like the whole like Mickey Mouse and Friends is on the back. It just looks amazing.
It's really cool.
And again, it's in celebration for the 100th anniversary. So of course, the Disneyland or Disney World, like spelling on the back has like glitter all over it. It's super cute. This one is a little more expensive than normal Spirit jerseys. It is $84.99, which, by the way, everyone should have just gotten an email from Shop Disney saying that you get 20% off. You can use that on there. If you didn't get that, I have no idea why you wouldn't have, because you should. I think everyone did get it.
Yeah, I think if you sign up for the emails with Shop Disney,
yeah,
you should have received a 20% off the
So definitely use it on that. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which, okay, I wanted to back up really quickly. Normally, we're not the biggest fan of like the New Year merch, like 2023 or 2022. Yeah, but Disney released new merch for 23, and it is so cute. It's very vintage.
Maybe someone took over finally and started let me design this.
Yeah, so this is a small item, but again, it's very useful. It is a Mickey Mouse keychain, and it's very retro. It has, of course, the new year, so the 2023. It has Mickey on it, but it has these little like charms. So it has the Epcot ball. It looks like Cinderella's castle, Minnie and Mickey, and then of course the little charm with like 2023. It's super cute.
I love the way it looks. My only concern, and people might not care about this, we bought Halloween ones this last year.
Yes.
Love the way they look. They're loud.
They're very loud.
Like they jangle very loud.
Yes.
So maybe put some dampeners on.
Yeah,
there.
I also,
you don't mind. You wear it.
No, I thought they were loud, and I still kept it on my lounge the whole time we were at Disneyland.
I had to take it off. But,
but if you want something for your keys, this is a really cute option. It almost reminds me of the Disneyland Hotel carpet.
Okay.
When you're like walking in and it has like sparkles all over it. It's super cute.
Fun.
It's $14.99. Again, use that 20% coupon. It's a keeper.
Okay.
I'm thinking about grabbing it.
All right.
Last up is another shirt, because we all love the shirts and the Spirit jerseys here. It is again for the year 2023, but this one's interesting because it has a vintage like pin flag on it.
Yeah,
which
like
is
the
so
old,
cute.
they're called pennants, which are bizarre, but pennant flags.
Oh, I put it together. I was like, pin flag.
I like it. Yeah. But it looks cool. It's very, very retro.
Yeah, very retro. It has, again, that flag in the front. It says Disneyland 2023 with the Fab Five. It almost has like a sports jersey in the back where it has the 23, just the number.
Oh,
and
cool.
then along the sides of both sleeves, it has all the characters on different pennants. So it's really retro, and I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So again,
this one's reasonable.
Yeah, it's only $34.99. Again,
yeah.
Use the 20%. It'll be even cheaper.
Seriously.
So, I will have all these linked for you guys on stories on Monday morning, as well as saved to the links highlight on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you, Caitlin.
Of course.
Some very good items. 100th anniversary, and all of it's themed to kind of time.
Yes.
So 100th and 2023.
Yeah, and there's so much more. I'd highly recommend looking on Shop Disney because there's ears, there's hats, there's new Loungefly bags, there's a ton of stuff.
Get browsing, people. All right, and that brings us to our main segment for this week's episode, and it's holiday themed. Rightfully so, since Christmas is around the corner. We thought, in a perfect world where Disneyland has unlimited funds and a lot more space, that they could have a Christmas land at Disneyland. So I guess it would be open just for the holidays, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. So
well, I mean, you can decide. Mine will only be open for the holidays.
Okay. So this is a very very cost-heavy project. So we thought it'd be fun if we could both take turns at designing a Christmas-themed land just for the holidays. And there's a couple rules around this, and you'll kind of get the gist of what we're doing in a second here. So it can only include Disney IP, of course. You can't include stuff like Grinch, because that's not us. That's Universal.
Even though I wish we could.
I'm sorry. No Polar Express, stuff like that. It has to be Disney. It has to be in the realm of reality of Disney doing it, right?
Right.
It needs to include a restaurant, a food stand, like popcorn stand, all that kind of stuff, an attraction, a shop, and a meet and greet. Okay, so that's what it has to include at the minimum. You can go overboard with that or above and beyond. And again, will this land be available only during the holidays? I don't know. You be the judge of that. Okay. So do you want me to go first?
Yes, you go first.
Okay. So I've been kind of daydreaming about this, and I did a little research before. I couldn't get through the whole thing because it wasn't as good as I remembered it being, to be honest. So my land will be called Mickey's Holiday Village.
Okay. I love the name.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to get some shirts made up and everything for this. We're going to go all out. So this is the theme. I want to tell you kind of a little bit more about the theme. All right, what do you feel like when you're walking into this land? It's a holiday village where the Fab Five all live. Okay?
Okay.
Plus Chip and Dale, because they're some of my favorite characters. So I
love
threw
Chip
them
and
there.
Dale,
Okay?
yeah.
This is inspired by Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, which is a film that came out in 1999. It's about an hour long. And let me tell you, I liked it a lot more as a kid because I tried watching it this morning and I was like, huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a little distracted, not gonna lie. So it's cute, it's fun, but it's a background movie. This is something you put on while you're shopping for Christmas gifts or something. But this is more about my land. All the characters have a home there, all decorated for Christmas. So imagine seeing Mickey's house, you got Minnie's house, Chip and Dale's place, Goofy. They all have their own homes, and there's snow. Imagine snow and lights, Christmas lights. It's just very homey.
Sounds very magical.
Smoke coming out of the chimney, real smoke too. You got to inhale that carbon dioxide.
Oh gosh.
Just kidding. And there's a bandstand. Okay, I got really specific. There's a bandstand in the middle of this land where a choir sings carols throughout the day.
Oh, I love it.
I want it to be very wholesome. This is idyllic Christmas.
Okay.
The restaurant, and I'm not very original with this, but I think it needs it. I want to move Goofy's Kitchen to this land, but I want it updated for 2023.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
Goofy's Kitchen in Disneyland needs some help. It's really old school. The theming in there is old. It screams 90s. Okay, so I want to take Goofy's Kitchen and slap it in this land, and it's updated. Okay, for the food stand, it's going to be called Minnie's Bakery, and it's going to have stuff like cookies and milk. It's going to have stuff like hot chocolate. It's going to have candy canes, and for some reason, bakeries have candy canes now.
Well, hey, they could take the candy canes from Main Street and sell them in that land.
Sell them there for the low price of $32.99.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. My attraction is going to be the same technology as Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So kind of the trackless ride vehicle and kind of a montage ride. A lot of different scenes going on, okay? It's going to be a ride through Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. So it's going to go through all three short stories. So Donald Duck, Stuck on Christmas, A Very Goofy Christmas, and Mickey and Minnie's Gift of the Magi. Is that what that's called?
I have no idea.
That's what it was called everywhere. Magi seems weird. So apparently it's called that. So you're going to go through Donald's house. You're going to go through Chip and Dale's cabin, Goofy's house, the neighborhood, the mall they go through, the toy store. So it's just going to take you through the events of the movie, but in a ride form.
I love that.
Okay? And that's the attraction. I don't know what it's called, but that's what it is.
Okay.
The shop is going to be called Chip and Dale's Cabin, and it's going to be themed after Chip and Dale, very forest-like. Kind of think of Winnie the Pooh. What's that thing called up in Critter Country, the shop there?
Pooh's Corner.
Pooh's Corner. So imagine Pooh's Corner, kind of the same vibes, okay? And then for the meet and greet, again, not super original, but I feel like this would be, again, wholesome Christmas. I want Mickey Mouse and Pluto in their Christmas outfits together.
Oh, I love that.
I want Santa Claus, of course. And I want Chip and Dale in Christmas sweaters.
That would be adorable.
Right? Right?
Yes, because then you can almost guarantee that they're going to be there. So you can see them.
I love it. Maybe at the bandstand too. The carolers are singing. I couldn't spit it out. I'm so excited about this. I can't even talk. But yeah, I think, you got carols going on in the background. You've got pictures with characters. You've got Christmas lights on. Come on.
That sounds like the perfect Christmas day, to be honest.
Thank you.
I love that.
That is my themed village called Mickey's Holiday Village.
I
Imagineering, if you'd like to hire me, my name is Caleb. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now hold on. Would it be open all year? Or would it only be open during Christmas time?
Again, is this realistic? Not at all. But if Disney had just amazing resources in space, this place, I think it would be cool if they had a land or a part of the park where it's themed after that time of year's holiday. there's always something going on. So maybe January through March, you don't really have much going on, but you've got Easter. They do stuff for Easter, right? So you got an Easter themed land. In the summer, I don't know, 4th of July.
I feel like that'd be more expensive to change.
100%.
Instead of just keeping it open for a couple months for like Christmas time. But
unbelievably
you know
expensive.
what? Right now, anything works. Anything goes.
I want Iger, it's just a blank check. He slides it over and says, do what you want. And this is what I would do. A holiday land that flips all the time. And this is my Christmas version.
I love it.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Would you like to visit Mickey's Holiday
I would
Village?
totally go. I wish I could go tomorrow.
Thank you. This is trademarked, by the way. You can't steal my idea.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
We have it in the notes. They're like, okay.
Okay, Caitlin, what is your Christmas land looking like?
So this was Caleb's idea, by the way. When he brought this up, I thought this was the most perfect thing to talk about because for those who don't know, I am obsessed with the Santa Claus movies.
Yes, you are.
Caleb used to laugh at me, and now he understands how amazing they are.
Not stop saying they.
The first one.
The one. Santa Claus 1.
Yes.
Is
So,
fun.
and that's kind of what I'm basing it off of, is Santa Claus 1,
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
So the first thing I want to start with is the land name. So I tried for hours to think of a really cute name, and it just didn't really, I don't know, it just didn't work. So I
Okay.
settled on the North Pole.
Okay.
It's very original.
Very.
So-
I mean, I could not guess that from a mile away.
But the whole gist of this is when you walk in, classic Disney, for example, Galaxy's Edge. When you leave Frontierland, you go to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, you're in like a whole other world, right? This is what I want for the North Pole. When you step into the North Pole, I literally want you to feel like you've been transported and all you see is snow. Like I have the Snope, they call it.
Snope.
Yeah, they call it Snope. They said that's on Main Street.
Okay.
Um,
because it's like snow and soap. Got it.
So I had that constantly going. There's like hills in the background, all of like all the workshops and like Santa's main building where they wrap the presents. This is all around the area, almost like kind of Toontown vibes, but not.
I thought of Toontown too when I thought of mine.
Yes.
Like it's kind of designed the same way.
Kind of designed the same way,
Yeah.
but if you've seen the Santa Claus movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like there's a little village area.
Christmas Village, yeah.
Yes. So again, I want the Snope constantly going because you need to feel like it's winter, even though in California, winter means 70 degrees.
Hey, except for now, it's very
Except
cold.
for right now, it's freezing.
Very cold.
So let's start with the restaurant. Oh, and by the way, I want a massive tree in the middle of it.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking like twice the size of the one on Main
Whoa.
Street, like huge.
All
And
right.
it's like decorated like to the T. Like there's gingerbread men on it. There's Disney characters all over it. Like it's just like Christmas got sick on this tree.
Okay.
Okay. I'm super excited if you can't
I
tell.
can't tell at all.
Okay, so first off, let's start with the restaurant because I love food and this is a very important thing to have because like Galaxy's Edge, they don't have anything.
Whoa. They got Ronto wraps.
That's
and
it.
they've got that other thing.
What?
The cafe deal. What's it called?
I don't know.
They do. We just never go
We've
there.
never been there.
They don't have a lot of
Well,
gluten
to
free.
me, they don't have a good. Yeah, it's the gluten free.
Yeah.
Everyone's probably like Caitlin.
Can't like there's no food in Star Wars land. Wait, yes there is, but
Yes, there is. Sorry. Okay, back to my Wonderland.
okay.
Okay, so my restaurant would be called. Okay, I'm already cracking myself up just reading this out loud. It would be called Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, Candy Cane Lane.
Yes. So again, I'm super obsessed with
I
candy
love
canes.
it.
But the idea and like the theming for this restaurant would be. My hope is that when you'd walk in, you'd almost see it as the elves like wrapping center. So I'm talking like if you look on the walls, there's bows and there's wrapping paper and big rolls just like all throughout. Like this is where the elves would be wrapping
Cool.
everyone's
Like
gifts.
are the tables like themed after like where they wrap the gifts
Yes,
maybe?
like
Okay.
it's very pretty inside.
Cool.
I don't know why. I just thought that would be a magical touch. Like there's presents stacked up everywhere.
Fun.
Now for the food, I would want them to serve soup, bread, sandwiches, and salads. It'd almost be like a
Like Jolly Holiday.
or Earl of Sandwich kind of
Okay.
thing. Where like you get like the specialty salads, not just like Caesar or whatever. Like you get
Caitlin's
salad.
a big salad fan, so this would be her dream.
Yes. So having like specialty sandwich, not just like turkey and cheese, but like
All right.
maybe a chicken salad sandwich or a salad with chicken and cranberries and pecans. Like I'm
Okay.
talking like a little bit more like
The
extra.
Christmas food. A
Yes.
nice cold salad.
Yes.
My mind goes straight
Sandwiches.
to that. Okay.
Tomato soup, chicken noodle, like just the whole thing.
I love
Comfort
it.
food. As far as a stand goes, this is the one where I was uber excited because I would want a stand that sold Judy's famous hot chocolate. And
Okay.
for those of you who are like, who is Judy?
Yeah.
Judy is the like most famous elf that gives Santa, aka Scott Calvin, the hot cocoa in the Santa Claus
She's the
movie.
little elf girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love her. I've loved her since I watched it for the first time.
Okay.
And you know what? It's not Judy, it's Trudy.
Are you sure? It's Trudy?
It's Trudy.
Okay.
I am the worst person ever. Okay, so anyway, Trudy. So
whatever her name is. Elf.
I wrote
person.
it wrong on my notes.
Okay,
but
that's all right.
basically, they're going to serve that famous hot chocolate that she makes for Scott Calvin.
Okay.
And what I thought would be a good idea is you could buy a souvenir mug, which was the actual mug that she gives Santa in the movie.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
And of course, AP discounts
You got to
included.
think of merchandising. I
Yes,
love it.
Magic
Okay.
Key, AP, whatever you want. It'll be included.
All right.
As far as the attraction goes, the name of it would be the Santa Claus Race to Christmas.
Ooh, you have a
And
name. I
yes.
didn't come up with a name. That's great.
So my idea for this ride is that it would be quite similar to Avatar Flight of Passage over in Disney World.
All right.
That is a motion simulator ride that I actually don't get motion sickness on.
I think
which,
it's the fans that
yes,
help.
which
Yeah.
helps. So my idea is that you would sit almost like you would for Avatar, but it would almost be like you're on a reindeer and you're trying to help Santa. I always want to call him Scott Calvin, but you'd help Santa basically deliver all the presents around the world. And of course, there's hiccups along the way, and you're trying to navigate
Some
that.
hijinks. I
Yes.
love it.
So I thought it would be a great idea. And as far as like smells in the ride, like you'd smell cookies and you'd smell like pine and
Yeah.
candy cane, and it would just be a fun experience.
Okay.
Now, as far as the shop, I wanted to theme this off of the Elves Workshop. So where they're creating the toys, where they're getting all the cool ideas for children everywhere. And it would sell like the basic Christmas Disney merch. It'd have ornaments in it, holiday home decor. It would have unique stocking stuffers that you could only get in that one shop.
Ooh, cool.
So get like exclusives, not stuff that you can just get online
On Main
or on
Street.
Main Street.
Okay.
So it's kind of my idea. And lastly, for the meet and greet, I'd want you to meet Santa and Bernard. I love Bernard.
Oh, big Bernard fan
Yes.
here. Okay.
So-
that is a fun land.
Thank you.
I mean, again, as coming from a very newcomer to the Santa Claus universe, that's fun.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, I love it.
I love it.
I think
Thank
you should get the Imagineering. Next time they open up a job, you're applying.
I think her name is Judy.
Do you want to fact check it?
It is Judy. I'm so bad. So I did have it right.
You did have it right.
For some reason, I thought it was Trudy.
Well, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe there's a Trudy there.
No.
Maybe she takes over for Judy at some points.
Her name is Judy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
All
got
right.
too excited.
So we've got a Santa Claus themed land,
yes.
and we've got a Mickey Fab Five themed land.
To be honest, I like your idea better because I'm all about classic Christmas.
Yeah, I like mine's a safer. I would argue mine's safer, right? It's like safe and homey and probably guaranteed to make people happy. Yours is a little more risky, right? You've
Yeah.
got a very expensive attraction and all that good stuff. But I think it's got a bigger payoff though.
Well, how so?
I think it's like never in a million years, I think, would people think they'd make a Santa Claus themed land.
Yeah.
They'd think they'd do Mickey all day long, right? That's the
Right.
safe choice. So maybe people will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I again, it's just tricky because so many people that I talked to about this series of movies, they love them. They're nostalgic. I'm like, what better way to bring that love than create
Yeah.
a land? And I'm serious, the land would only be open from like November to December. Like that's it.
Yeah,
And that would create the craze.
I love it. It's true. That is
Yeah.
true. You'd have to schedule your trip. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like holiday overlays, right? There's stuff that's not minor, but it's smaller scale than a whole land dedicated to just 2 months.
Yeah, and I'm like, imagine, I'm thinking like big gates to this part of the
Wow.
park. That literally, it's like a ceremony. They open the gates, you go in, and it's snowing.
And there's a mayor there, and he's like, "Christmas has started." or
yes, the
something.
mayor from The Grinch.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Whoa.
No.
We can't have.
But no, I thought it'd be great. And again, I wish they would do it. Again, I completely understand why they don't because the money, it
they're
just
a little,
doesn't make sense.
and they're a little like to dedicate all that acreage to a 2-month land would be
Yeah.
a little hard to justify. Disney World can maybe get away with it.
Yeah.
Not over here at Disneyland. That was fun. Like I
Yeah.
sat there and like I would add details and then like take a break and then come back to my iPad and put some more in there. So it was just fun to kind of add to it as the weekend progressed.
Yeah. And it was just a way to kind of get creative.
Yes.
Because it's easy just to go, oh, copy what other people already have, like
Sure.
theme park wise.
How to
But
do original.
to make it your own, I mean, I give so much credit to Imagineers because it's hard.
Okay, yeah, we just came up with like total fun. They have to worry about budget, right?
And just imagining the whole park.
oh, you know,
or
yeah,
land.
just the creative part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
what
over
does
here
what does
thinking-
the ground look like? What do the walls look like?
Yeah.
Right? How tall are the hills? There's just so many details. I love if there's a documentary about Imagineering, which there is, of course, on Disney Plus. But if there's a book, if there's a show, I'm watching it and reading it. It is just so fascinating to me how these minds work.
Oh, they're amazing.
They're brilliant.
Yeah, not like mine who think it's Trudy instead of Judy.
Stop it.
It's Judy.
It's easy. I'm terrible with names. I don't even know your name half the time.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, you do.
It's Carissa.
Oh, okay. You're like Trudy?
Judy. Okay, well, enough of that nonsense. If you have an idea, share it with us. Send us a DM. I'm sure, Caitlin, you can make a story on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm coming up with ideas for us.
Yeah, let us know.
Maybe you can share your story. What would your Christmas-themed land at Disneyland look like for the holidays?
I'm curious. I'm so excited. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let's do it. So I think that brings it to the end. Thanks so much for joining us. That was a fun Christmas episode. Again, it's perfect as we go into the holidays here. It's crazy. It's right around the corner, and it's crazy. I don't know.
Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday with family and friends.
Yes, please do.
Again, the next time we talk to you, it'll be after Christmas, which is so crazy.
Right?
I can't even believe it. And again, like Caleb mentioned at the beginning of the episode, please look for the giveaway on Monday morning. Have all your family and friends enter. Again, we're going to be giving away the Apple AirPods just as a way to give back to you guys because we appreciate you so much. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Christmas is going to be awesome. The New Year is going to be amazing. So I can't wait.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, enter in, do all the steps. I mean, Caitlin will have some steps in there, what you have to do.
Yeah.
But share with your friends, give them an opportunity to win, and hopefully they listen to the show if they're interested in Disney stuff. And it'll all be good.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We will see you next time.
Bye.